Chairperson Dumela Modulo Setulo, goeiedag, good afternoon, fellow South Africans. Let me begin with the simple truth. We speak about human rights with great eloquence in this House. We invoke the Constitution, we quote Mandela, we celebrate the 21st of March, and yet outside these walls, in the communities that send us here, human rights remain for far too many a promise deferred. To be clear, this is not a political observation. This is the most honestly and moral indictment on us as South Africans. Chairperson, human rights and development are not separate conversations. They are the same conversation. You cannot speak about dignity without running water. You cannot speak about equality while a child walks 4 kilometers to school through an unlit road in the dark. You cannot speak about freedom while a family deals with sewage in their backyard. Freedom without development is a hollow word, and development without rights is just infrastructure for the select few. We must be honest with ourselves. So many South Africans are still being left behind. Not by accident, by neglect, by the gap between what we say in this chamber and what actually happens on the ground. And nowhere in that gap more painful, more inexcusable than in the lives of women. Chairperson, we have some of the most progressive gender protections in the world on paper. And yet in our communities, women are still spoken about as if they are lesser, still spoken over, still spoken down to, still told that they are valued in domestic, still killed by men who claim to love them. The femicide statistics in our country are not just numbers. They are names, they are mothers, they are daughters and sisters who deserve better from a society that keeps failing them. We have men in positions of authority, in homes, in communities, sometimes in government, who still fundamentally believe that women exist to serve. This is not culture, this is oppression, and we must name it as it is. Robert Sobukwe says it simply, and he says it well. There is only one race, the human race. But Chairperson, here at home in this House, we must also confront what we sometimes prefer not to say out loud. Racial prejudice is still alive in South Africa. Discrimination is still real. And the legacy of apartheid did not just dissolve because we declared democracy. In Midvaal, water flows from tap. In Mafube, it flows from tankers. In Madibeng, it doesn't flow at all. And our Constitution, Chairperson, should not only live in the courtroom or in a speak, we must reinvest in it. It's not a political instrument as a living commitment to every South African who still waits for that promise to reach them. And it's definitely not delivered in a loaf of bread. I challenge every member in this House to do that. Go back to the Constitution this Human Rights Month, not to mine it for political advantage, but to ask yourself honestly, what are we doing about the inequality that still exists? What are we doing for the women who cannot walk safely at night? For the children that struggle to get into school? For people who live differently in this world and gets punished for them? For the communities drowning in underdevelopment while we debate? I'm glad Honorable Nkonyama has come back here, and I see he's using percentages like the smaller parties. So you say we have 90% access to water, but only 60% then is reliable. In the Free State, reliable water is only 50%. In the Northwest, it's only 40%. So, but I also see that Honorable Nkonyama has started reading DA policy about cadre deployment. So I think Minister Sivui's strategy to reading for meaning is actually working for you. But let me go on to Honorable Nkonyama again. I think he sees only shacks in Kailicha and running water because, oh, there's no running water in your village. Sorry, you get it from Acacia Park. Then to the chief whip from MK. Oh, no, from KZN. I don't know if we are in 1999, because we are in 2026, because your speech sounds like the ANC hasn't actually achieved anything. Then to Salga, I'm speechless, because you didn't add any value, because the dreamland that you're talking about, what we see in municipalities, is not the truth. And then to the MK, before we can move forward, just first sort out who is leading you, or still who has a job. Then to the EFF, you lecture us about government, but first go back where you government. Joburg, Ekurhuleni, Tshwane, Midvaal, Disabotla, Madibeng, Mohali, or where you went to destroy when you become the kingmaker. Then for Honorable Farmer, I think Honorable Kaiser Philander, I don't need to add more clubs, because I think you're still seeing stars of what he brought here. So maybe you can go back to the Biza Circus Party where only spotlights live. I thank you.